Thank you for your interest in UCLA for graduate study in information studies. We'll be walking you through our PhD program as well as providing you with an overview of how to apply for fall 2018. The Department of Information Studies is housed in the Graduate School of Education and Information Studies. Within the Department of Information Studies, we offer the MLIS Professional Master's degree, a PhD in Information Studies, and a post-MLS certificate. This presentation will only focus on the PhD program. The IS PhD program is housed within the Department of Information Studies and is a full-time program, meaning classes are offered during the day. It is difficult to hold an outside position unless you have a lot of flexibility with your schedule. Students take 3 classes per quarter with ladder faculty and professionals who are in the information studies field who have relevant expertise to the subject being taught. In 2016, we had 158 total students enrolled in the Information Studies Department, with 36 doctoral students and 122 master's degree students. Each year, we have approximately 20 to 30 applicants and admit an average of 10. You will note the average statistics for fall 2016 entering students. These are for those who applied, were admitted, and registered for fall 2016. The average GPA was 3.37. The average verbal GRE was 159, and the average quantitative GRE was 149. The minimum requirement is a 3.0 junior-senior GPA. For the analytical score, we recommend a 4.5 score. Researchers in information studies seek to understand the ways in which information in all its forms is produced, recorded, organized, preserved, retrieved, communicated, managed, and used, and the ways in which people's information-related activity shapes and is shaped by information technologies, information structures, and information institutions such as libraries, archives, and museums. The answers to the research questions posed in information studies help to improve information systems and services, to guide information policy, and to enrich life in today's information society. The primary goals for the program are those that are established for any doctoral program. We want our students to develop a thorough understanding of their chosen field of study. In this case, it is information studies. We want them to be able to conduct effective and meaningful research so that they will be able to contribute to the field. The average time to degree for the PhD is 5 years and a quarter. Some students can and do finish in 4 years, whereas some take a while longer. The normative and expected time to degree for the PhD in Information Studies is 5 years. Students take coursework in the first 2 years and sit for the written qualifying exam in spring of the second year or fall of the third year. During the third year or by fall of the fourth year, students propose their dissertation, which is known as the oral qualifying exam, and become advanced to candidacy. Students then research and write the dissertation, defending the final dissertation by spring of their 5th year. Students take 18 courses on a full-time basis of 3 courses per term. They then sit for the written qualifying exam and move on to the dissertation phase. The 6 core courses taken in the first year are in Theory and Methodology of Information Studies, focusing on information-related artifacts, agents, context, institutions, practices, properties, values, and related phenomena. Students also take the department's research colloquium the first year. Students also take 6 elective courses, which should be chosen with the guidance of one's advisor. These courses are to support the student's area of interest of research. Students will also participate in a research apprenticeship by enrolling in a directed independent study with their advisor for their second year. The written qualifying exam is an exam to test one's core knowledge of the core courses taken over the first 2 years of study. The exam is comprised of 2 parts. One is a research design question, and the other are 2 or 3 specialization questions from which to choose. For example, if your area of specialization is archival studies, the questions in Part B would be focused on that area. We expect students to take the written qualifying exam in spring of their second year in order to stay on track. This is done when coursework is being completed, or some students may take it in fall of their third year. After successfully passing the written qualifying exam, students move into the dissertation phase. The first stage is working on the dissertation proposal, which is an original research question to be addressed through proposed data collection and analysis. The proposal contains an identification of the problem and research related to this area, as well as proposed data collection and timeline. Once the student has successfully defended the proposed dissertation study, she or he then carries out the research and writing. The final defense of the dissertation, which is known as the final oral exam, is generally held by spring of the 5th year of the program. Students often fund their program through support from the Information Studies Department, as well as positions as a special reader for graduate classes, a TA for an undergraduate class, or as a graduate student researcher. Advanced doctoral students are often assigned to serve in the special reader positions. The department generally covers fees for students for the first 4 years of study in some capacity. Many students do secure positions outside of the department as well, for example, as a global studies teaching assistant, a graduate student researcher for computer science, or as a teaching assistant for Germanic languages. Faculty members in information studies are world-renowned scholars with expertise in all aspects of the field. These faculty members have advanced qualifications and experience in communication, computer science, critical theory, design studies, digital humanities, media studies, public administration, science and technology studies, and visual studies, as well as library, archival, and information studies. Our professors shape agendas in the areas such as book history, community archives, critical librarianship, data cultures, digital preservation, electronic record keeping, knowledge organization, media literacies, and philosophy of information. An area of particular expertise is the development of information services and systems for ethnic and other marginalized communities. Active ladder faculty in the department include Jean-Francois Blanchette, Christine Borgman, Michelle Caswell, Johanna Drucker, Jonathan Ferner, Ann Gilliland, Christopher Kelty, Greg Leeser, Leah Livro, Beverly Lynch, Ellen Perlstein, Sarah Roberts, Ramesh Srinivasan, and Sean Van Coor. Sophia Noble is on leave for the coming year. Graduates of our program are well prepared to engage in creative research, ordinarily as part of a career in university teaching or in policy making or consulting for corporate, nonprofit, or governmental institutions, and in professional leadership for information institutions. The department has an outstanding record of placement for graduates in positions of academic and professional leadership. Of the graduates from spring 2017, one is a postdoctoral fellow at the Digital Civil Society Lab at Stanford University, and one is a tenure-track assistant professor of information and library science at Indiana University Bloomington's School of Informatics and Computing. We have now gone over the overview of the Information Studies doctoral program. We will now walk you through the application process. Our deadline to apply is December 1st. There are no exceptions to this deadline. We encourage you to start early so that you don't have any difficulties with your application. The GRE test is required even if you have another advanced degree. If your scores are over 5 years old but you have your original score report, we will accept that. We recommend you take the exam no later than November 15th so that your scores will arrive on time and not delay the processing of your application. The GRE is not the most important element of your application, but it is important. If you have extremely low scores, we do recommend you take the exam again to boost your score. For any international applicants, the IBT TOEFL score must be an 87 or higher, or an IELTS score of 7. There are no exceptions to these score requirements. If you are an international student who earned a bachelor's or master's degree at an English-speaking institution, this will waive the TOEFL or IELTS requirement. You will begin the application at the UCLA Graduate Division website, which is grad.ucla.edu. The application will be available in early September. You are essentially applying to UCLA, and within UCLA, you are applying to the Department of Information Studies doctoral program. Required documents for the application, which are all uploaded, include 1 copy of your transcript from any institution where you earned a degree, or if one is in progress. We do not need community college transcripts. Your statement of purpose. We encourage you to spend a lot of time on writing your statement. This should be clear about why UCLA and why this particular program. What are your research interests? What faculty are you interested in studying with, and why? This should not be generic. It should give the faculty who read your file a good understanding of why you are applying to this program and what led you to pursuing an advanced degree in this area. The statement of purpose should be 3 to 5 pages, double-spaced. Evidence of research and writing. This could be published work, a master's thesis, or 2 research papers written in English. This would be uploaded in the writing sample section or supporting documents section. Your resume is if you were applying for a job. Your GRE school report. Even though you will have this reported to us, it is very helpful for you to upload a copy of your school report if you have it. We also need 3 letters of recommendation. We recommend, if possible, that you secure one from a faculty member, one from a supervisor if you are working, and another professional who can testify to your ability to be successful in graduate study and/or your interest in this field. We recommend that you ask your recommenders early enough so that they can meet the December 1st deadline as well. You will enter their emails and they will go into the system and upload their letter of recommendation. You will be able to track and see if they have completed it or not. If possible, we also suggest that you give them your resume and statement of purpose so they understand what program you are applying to and why. We also need you to mail us one official copy of the transcripts that you uploaded. These can be mailed in or sent electronically. If you are sending it electronically, please call our office so we can give you the correct contact. You then have to pay once you have completed the application and are ready to submit it. Your application cannot be reviewed unless it is submitted. If you are eligible for a fee waiver, you must provide the necessary documentation with your application at the time of submission. Applicants will be contacted if the admissions committee wishes to arrange an interview. The committee seeks evidence of an appreciation of research and knowledge of potential research topics. The committee will be particularly interested in the applicant's commitment to a career in information studies, education, and research, signs of originality and inquisitiveness, and good communication skills. All decisions are generally made by late February. You will be notified by email both by the department and by UCLA Graduate Division. If you have not heard anything by the end of February, please feel free to call our office. Here are some reference sites for you that may be of interest. If you still have questions about our program or the application process, please call our office at 310-825-5269. Thank you for your interest in UCLA. Don't hesitate to contact us for any remaining questions. We know applying to graduate school can be stressful, and we are here to help you through the process.